Hey guys, so I'm just gonna go over this duel. So I was playing against Kiza with balance, so she's Destiny Heroes. I went first, but I had beat, obviously. That's what you want. Sorry, my mouse is visible. So this is the King of Games rank up duel. It's a pretty interesting turn of events here. Also, I only run a single Canada copy, so having it is actually really good against Destiny Heroes because I don't really have any other disruption outside of that and my other trap, which you'll see.
I activate my monster's effect. Now, I special summon a monster.
So this was all fine. This wasn't really a problem. I knew that when he summoned, I knew he was going to summon his Anki, and I knew I had the Canada for it, so I wasn't really worried.
What shall I do? I special summon a monster. I'll attack with this.
So we put it face down, and then I actually made a pretty bad misplay, kind of. You could say. It turns out that it was a winning line, but there might have been a better play. I actually don't know what was a better play than what I did, but it ends up being bad for me, like really bad. And so you'll see, just guess what his back row is right now. You probably won't guess what it is. But I was a little surprised.
I set a card face down. Battle time.
So I swung like this because I wanted to be able to swing.
Exactly what I expected. I flip over.
I wanted to be able to swing twice if he negated one of the attacks.
My trap card.
My monster's effect activates.
But I wasn't expecting. So he had two Wall of D. And this is when I actually regretted not setting my Mayhem because, well, I guess I probably. Yeah, I thought I could just activate it and special summon Wiz if he killed my Wiz, but that probably wouldn't have mattered because I wouldn't have had any fodder for the Wiz to use as a negation. So what I did here was I swung my beat in because otherwise I have no way to bring back my Dampa in the graveyard, which I sent the Dampa to the graveyard using Wiz. And so I needed to bring it back because I have this back row, Super Rush Recklessly. That's the only way I can survive. I have to activate Super Rush Recklessly at this point. So I allowed my beat had to sacrifice itself so that I can kill his monster. And now he can't kill my Wiz because he only has two monsters. Sorry, I was blocking. He only has two monsters and he has to attack the Dyna. Because Dyna has an effect, it can only be attacked if your opponent wants to attack any per hires, they have to kill Dyna first. So now I have a 2800 defender still, so I'm not in the worst shape. He never killed my Wiz, and I can negate all of his mass changes for the rest of the duel. So that was my win condition. I realized if I just sit on my Wiz and I negate all of his mass changes, I can just win through that. So I just had to wait until I got enough resources to summon either Dyna again or just like potentially winning through swarming the field. Because his monsters don't go higher than 1600, so I knew worst case I can trade my seals in and probably go plus, depending on his back row. I can also potentially gain life by summoning Wiz again. So I don't know why he summoned all of his guys. He probably was just afraid, and he didn't want to waste his normal summon later, but it's not like he ever is going to draw another monster for the rest of the duel, so he probably should have kept one back, but in retrospect it probably didn't make a difference that he summoned everything. So I drew Jinzo, so this is kind of my win condition. So I need to normal summon it without playing another monster because he's just going to kill anything else I summon. So I'm waiting for Mayhem, and I luckily top deck it next turn. So that was a big deal, getting my second Mayhem. And this is why I run 3 Mayhem, because it's just so crazy being able to normal summon
My monster's effect
without having
activates.
fodder to tribute.
No
So I banished things that didn't really matter. I just banished them because I figured why not. I just needed tribute fodder. And now I can just start grinding him down. He has no activatable cards. All of his back rows are trap
Take this.
cards, so he has no way to swing over me. The only way is if he gets another mass change, and I can negate it.
I draw.
So I feel like at this point, the only way he wins is if he has like a card like, I don't know,
It's my turn.
enemy controller, but you can't run enemy controller if you're running Celestial.
Watch
So I
this.
feel like he probably has Celestial and he doesn't have an enemy controller. So he probably doesn't have 2 ways to bait out my
I've got this
Wiz
back.
negation.
I attack you with a monster.
So I feel like I'm going to win this duel no matter
Got
what.
this in the
And I'm not going to deck out. I have 7 cards in my deck.
Turn's over, dweeb.
I draw. Now.
So at this point he pretty much surrenders
My hand.
after I negate his last Anki.
Play spell.
I think he lets me,
Activate.
I think he lets, yeah, he gave up. So yeah, once I summon Jinzo, it's pretty much over. So Jinzo is another one of those cards that if you draw it against heavy back row decks, or you draw it against Stall, which is also heavy back row, you pretty much just win on the spot unless they have a way to get rid of it. Like Stall can potentially kill it using their Lava Golem, but you know it's still really good to have Jinzo in this meta. I feel like just as like a tech card. So anyway, that's the duel. That's the King of Games rank up. So I figured I would share it. Thanks for watching.